Okay, I'm live. Hey guys, Teacher Briggs here with the live video. Surprise! I'll be waiting for some people to join so that I can start the lesson of today. I'll be talking about music um, and how to use songs to study English and improve your English. So let's see. I'm waiting for some people to join. I will be checking the chat so that you guys can say hello and hi and all of that stuff that we usually do when you're joining. I hope you can participate. First, I have a question for you. Do you like my new hair? I'm kidding. That's not the question. The question is, guys, do you like music? Do you like to study English through songs in English? So let me know here in the chat. I want to know if you like to listen to music, to listen to songs in English to improve your English. Personally, I love to use music. I am crazy about music, okay? I love to sing. I used to play the piano. Well, not anymore. I'm not really studying, but I used to play the piano, the guitar. Well, tried to. So I'm really into music. So any chance I get, I study English through music. I'm always trying to improve my singing techniques, and English is a big part of my life. Okay, and well, if you all know, I am from Brazil. Yoo-hoo, Brazilian. And this week, I think, or last week, I don't know, there was this new song. New song. Well, I don't know if you watched the movie from Lady Gaga. That movie is A Star is Born. I don't know if you know this movie. A Star is Born. I'm typing here. I can't really. A Star is Born. Yeah. And this was a very popular movie in the beginning of this year or end of last year. Ah, yes, I was online on Instagram and now I'm online here. I decided to make double live. So I was live on Instagram and now I am live on YouTube. So do you follow me on Instagram? Because you should. Well, anyways, I'm going to be talking about the same subject, okay? Because I have many different people here on YouTube that do not follow me on Instagram. Now, as I was saying, last week, I mean, in the beginning of the year or the end of last year, I Started Is Born was a very popular movie in the United States. One of the main actresses was Lady Gaga, the singer. And there was a very famous song. The name of the song is Shallow, I think. Yeah, I don't really like the movie, okay? I don't like that genre of movie. So consequently, I didn't really see that movie. And this became a very popular song, okay? Everybody was listening to this song. Everybody was singing that song in the shallow. Shallow. Well, my singing abilities are not on point today, but there's a story behind the song. It's actually a beautiful song. If you analyze the lyrics, it's actually a very beautiful story. And remember, when you look at the lyrics and you read the lyrics, you have to consider the movie and the story between the two characters. Okay, so that is important. So it became a big deal. And here in Brazil, it happens very frequently. There are adaptations, music adaptation, movie adaptations. And a singer in Brazil decided to create a different version of this song. The lyrics are completely different. The only thing that is similar is the rhythm. Okay, the same rhythm. Okay, that's definitely the same thing, but the lyrics were completely different. Now the problem, and this is something that many Brazilian people started to make jokes and memes, and they were all over the internet talking about this song in Brazil. The reason why people started talking about it was because in the middle of the lyrics in the Portuguese version, the singer used the word shallow. She just put it there, shallow. The adaptation says in English, let me translate to you, together and shallow. Now, when the singer did that, maybe it was just because it was a poetic writing. Okay, she was just being artistic and using the freedom that singers have. But consequently, the song was a little strange when she used that word, because the translation of the word shallow was not really matching the story in the Brazilian version of the song. So while many people were making fun and making jokes, okay, fun, nice. I'm not going to get to this point of making fun or anything. I think the song is actually nice. I don't like that kind of song, but I think it was a nice song, What can we do? But what happened was, by putting the word shallow in that part of the song, for people who actually speak English or understand a little English, they got very confused. They were like, okay, but you're talking about together and then you talk about shallow. What's the point? The point is, there are two options here. Or she was just using her imagination. It was pure marketing to match the new song, the Brazilian version, and the movie, because it was a super successful movie and a song. Consequently, she connected the word shallow with the Brazilian version. That's marketing. We all do that, or it was an honest mistake, like they didn't realize that it wouldn't really mean anything. But based on some things that the singer said on the internet, she was just really making a poetic choice, that she was not worried about the translation. But me as a teacher, I'm worried about that. And then I had this idea, okay, this is a proof of the danger of just translating a song without understanding the story of the song. And this is what I wanted to talk to you guys. And I was just on Instagram talking about that. It was really fun. I also answered some questions from the followers. It was exciting. And now I'm here. I'll be talking a little bit about that, giving you some strategies to study English through music. And then I'll answer some of your questions. I see some people are joining, and this is very exciting. Please stay there. Now, every song in pretty much any language, okay, every song is telling a story. Ah, but teacher, that singer is terrible. Is she really telling a story? Yes, every singer, every band, when they make a song, they are telling you a story. It could be a good story, it could be a romantic story, it could be a terrible story, but it is a story. When we focus on understanding word by word, phrase by phrase, we lose a lot of the essence of that story, because there may be a lot of references, a lot of cultural references that we may not understand if we only translate the song. Okay. So when I was a teenager, and I did this, okay? I don't know if you do this, but when I was a teenager and I was starting to study English, I did this. I would get a song from Backstreet Boys or anything, and I would translate the lyrics, until the day that thank God, I told my teacher and he immediately stopped me. He explained what I'm going to explain to you, what I'm explaining now, of the problem of translating a song and losing of the essence of the song. So, my recommendation to you is, you can study the lyrics, but maybe you should be focusing on understanding the story behind the lyrics, not necessarily just the translation. Okay, and in the some people mentioned while I was on Instagram, now, but teach, but how about the vocabulary? Yes, this is a different thing. Vocabulary, expressions. This is something that I'm going to talk about as well. But focusing on the entire song, on the lyrics, okay, the part where you want to understand everything. Okay, now, what you can do instead of translating phrase by phrase is to find online websites, okay, and try to find the explanation to that song. What is the singer trying to say to you? What is he trying to tell you? And I do this a lot. And I mentioned in the live on Instagram, I mentioned that I love listening to Coldplay. And there are some songs from Coldplay that are a little bit difficult to understand. I understand the audio, the words, and they're clear to me. However, I do not always understand the story. And first, I started looking for translations. I'm not going to lie to you. But then I realized that the translations were not good. They were not really telling me the story. Okay. Um, very well. Hide the. Guys, let's please respect the chat and use beautiful language. Otherwise, you will be removed from the chat. Okay. This is serious me talking. Anyways, so what I realized was that some let's see how to use around this chat. Put user in timeout. Okay, so what I realized was that after checking different websites and analyzing the translations were very poor. So, what did I do? I started to Google to look for words for websites that gave me explanations about the stories, that could explain to me facts, curious facts, interesting facts about the song. And it was a great experience because I finally understood songs more, how am I going to put this, more properly. I connected more with the song by checking websites in English that explained the story to me. Pay attention. These websites that I found by Googling, okay, just researching, they were not translating the song to me, but they were explaining the lyrics to me. That was much more productive than just Googling the translation for that song. So, my main lesson for you today, and I will have a few more pieces of advice, will be to really go for the explanation, not necessarily the translation, because the translation can completely kill the essence of the song. Okay, so this is something that I recommend you be careful when you are studying through music and trying to understand the song. Okay, just like this song that we are singing, that the singer is playing, that the singer is singing here in Brazil, which is an adaptation from an international song. And because this adaptation has a word in English, and this word doesn't connect with the song in Brazil, the same could happen in a different perspective. Maybe you will find a translation that doesn't completely connect with the real story of the song. Okay, so here I'm going a little deep to say that music is emotion. And maybe when you translate that song, you don't have the same story, the same connection anymore. There are, besides this song from from Lady Gaga, there were many other songs that have been adapted. I imagine that if you are not from Brazil, if you're not from the United States or from native countries like English native countries, you will probably hear some adaptations. There are many songs that are adapted every year, but the lyrics, they are never the same. In most cases, the lyrics are different because it's very difficult to translate a song and maintain the story, maintain the essence of the song. So if you want to have a connection because you like music and you want to learn about the story, focus on understanding the story, not translating. There is an activity that I do with many clients, many private students that I have, which is to use, I don't know if you know Kate Perry. Kate Perry's song. What's the name of the Kate Perry song? The One That Got Away. Okay, the One That Got Away is a very nice song because it's an example of a story. If you listen to the song, The One That Got Away, and watch the video, okay, the official video, you will see that Kate Perry is telling a beautiful but sad story in that song. Now, Not all the songs do that very well. Not all the songs will tell you a story. What I'm trying to say to you is if you want to better understand the story, maybe it would be a good idea to connect the lyrics, the video, the official video, so that you can have a better idea of the song, understand the context, understand the story behind the song. Okay, so this is something that you can do. Now, a question that some people asked me, teacher, I want to study the vocabulary. What do I do there? I want to study the phrasal verbs, the expressions. You can. This is something that you can do. You can study the vocabulary and the expressions. Now, one thing that you have to be careful when you are studying the expressions, the vocabulary is, let's focus on phrasal verbs, for example. One phrasal verb may have multiple translations, multiple ways for you to use that word. So when you study individual expressions, make sure to go back to the song after you studied the expression or the phrasal verb. Go back to the song lyrics and analyze. And why is that important? When you go back to the song, you can really check if you understood the expression, if you understood the phrasal verb, if it really matches the explanation you read with the song that you were listening to. Okay, so this is a good way. And after that, you can create your examples. Very well. Now, 1 second. Nice. Now, why is it a teacher? I like to translate the songs. Okay, if you enjoy translating songs, there's nothing I can do. You like it. But here's the thing, when you translate a song, it is a little bit more difficult for you to talk about that song because all the work that you did was in your native language. That's why when you connect the exercises to English, like understanding the story, understanding what's happening, it'll be easier for you to explain the story because the connection you made was with English. While if you translate it, you will not be able to talk about it as easily. You will talk about it, but not as easily because all the work was done in your language. So that's why it's very strategic to just focus on the English language. Okay? Very nice, guys. So these were my main messages of today. Do you have any questions? Now is the time for you to ask me some questions before I go. Now, I would also like to invite you to participate in my email list. Every week, I send podcasts, videos, lessons to the people in my list. I even have some live videos just for the people in my list. So if you want to participate, here is the link. All you gotta do, sign up, put your email there, and you will start receiving lessons from me, additional lessons, additional videos that are not here on YouTube, available to everybody, that are just available for the people in the chat. Very well. Let's see. Um, I am from Brazil, okay? I'm Brazilian. I think I've talked about that in my previous videos, but as there are always new people, some people may not know, but yes, I am from Brazil. And I see that there are lots of people from different countries. That's very exciting. That's cool. Very nice. Let's see. I see some people answer. They like to listen to music. That's cool. I think it's nice to combine songs and your study routine. It's actually with music, with songs in English, you don't just practice vocabulary, but you can also be practicing intonation, pronunciation. You can learn a little bit more of what a native speakers really do when they are singing. It's a good exercise. You will not understand everything. I don't, at least, but it's a very good exercise. Very nice, guys. So that is going to be all for today. Okay. It was a quick live video just to talk a little bit about music, what you can do. As I told you, just a quick review. Make sure to try to find websites that can tell you a little bit more about the story. Don't focus on individual translations because they don't really help you. Focus on understanding the story. Combine the video, the official video from the song, and the lyrics. Maybe after you listen to the song and watch the video, the official video, you can write a short explanation of what you understood from the song. That's a very productive and active way to study. If you want to study individual expressions, some maybe a phrasal verb or an expression, find the explanation, but go back to the song so that you can compare and see if you really understood that expression. And other than that, don't do so much translation, focus on interpreting. Interpretation is better than translation, okay? Very nice, guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.